It is June 12th, 2024. It's 12:40 p.m. I know I haven't really logged anything for the past week and a half. It's been a very busy, busy few weeks. Busy enough that I couldn't really do anything. So let's just do a recap for what happened for the past few weeks. One is I relaunched Camping with Lenny. It's being renamed. It's been renamed now to Adventure with Lenny. So I've been trying to get content, uh, start planning content for that one. That's why I've been really busy. The second one as well too. I haven't really done anything that's considered noteworthy, right? And that's why I haven't really done anything. Sorry if you're hearing it's like or it sounds like a banging. Some guy's actually playing horseshoe by himself at the park. I'm actually at the park right now. Just haven't finished lunch and I just come down here to get some fresh air. It's kind of funny though because I've been doing this for the past month now because the weather's been super nice. So I've been going out and grabbing food, go to the park, and just grab some, just sit in the park and just eat for about an hour and head before I head back. Regarding work-wise, it's just been really busy as well too because everyone's away on vacation or in conferences, and I was the designated designer to stay at the office or stay in town to just to finalize some stuff and cover some jobs and become the resource of because everyone's away. So that's kind of fun too. So yeah, yeah. So it's been very, I don't want to say boring, but nothing really worthy to talk about. There's things that happen that's kind of interesting. Lily, our new adopted not kitten, cat, she's finally getting used to being with Marco. So she's been playing, not playing, but she's been very. She's getting used to Marco. She's getting used to us. She's getting used to overall. She's just getting used to on everything. So that's kind of exciting. Yeah, and what else? She's getting bad habits. She's starting bad habits, but because of Marco and because of us as well too. Because her previous life, previous family, she wakes up around 6:30, 7 o'clock, sometimes even 8 o'clock in the morning before she start wandering around, start meowing, start playing, and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, the wifey and Marco's schedule is all over the place. So Marco defaults to wake up around 5:30 in the morning. And let's just say Lily started waking up for the past few days, the same time as Marco, and waking up. So she started asking for wet food at the same time as Marco. And we've been told that Lily does not eat wet food every day, mostly once every few days. Because of Marco's eating schedule, she started asking for wet food twice a day, breakfast and lunch. So what we did is like we tried to figure out how much appetite she has and all that stuff. So we finally got everything dialed down to a tablespoon. I think it's about a teaspoon of wet food in the morning, and another teaspoon. Sorry, not teaspoon, tablespoon in the morning, a tablespoon at night, and the same time as Marco. So she's eating that for the past week now. So she's doing that, and we found out a few days ago that she's been using Marco's litter, and that threw us off guard because she literally walked past myself and the wifey to Marco's litter and do her business, and we were like, "What just happened?" So that's that was a kind of interesting moment of like, "Oh, this is new." So that's been started. That started a few days ago. So that's been interesting. She hasn't touched her litter. So because for the past few days we've been checking, she hasn't been touching it. So she's been looks like going to Marco's litter. But so what we ended up doing, I did this morning. is to replace her litter anyway with the same litter as Marco, so they're the same. So she goes there, she's probably gonna say, "Oh, this is the same thing." The reason why we're kind of discouraged them using the same litter because because they're not fully used to each other yet. Don't get me wrong, Marco and Billy, our youngest one, the one that passed away a few years ago, they were sharing litter. So it's on top of that they were bonded, so it was easy for them to share. But for Lily and Marco, not really. She's been hissing as well too, so that's kind of interesting as well too. So, but yeah, so that's the cat update so far. Um, yeah, work wise, it's just like I mentioned before. I'm just covering, so that's fine. Let's talk about adventure with Lenny. So I released an update video in camping with Lenny about a week ago, half a week, about a week, last week, and it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna leave the link in the description for that one uh, because the reason why I actually changed the name is I want to do more than camping. I want to do more traveling. I want to do a little bit more like even just adventure around town, for example, even hiking or biking or anything like that. And for me, narrowing down to camping with Lenny, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to broaden out broaden the horizon on this whole thing. So I decided to just change the name to make it easier, right? And go from there. Also, because camping with Lenny is considered a podcast as well. So there's a podcast out, and so every video that I do it gets uploaded as a podcast as well. So everything gets done that way, just to broaden out the distribution of camping with Lenny. But now, because of the rework and the update of the channel, I am still going to be updating the camping with Lenny, right? But there's a little caveat in that one. The name's going to change, but the RSS feed remains the same, because if I change it, that means all the people subscribe to Camping with Lenny podcast, the link breaks. So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm just going to keep the RSS feed the same, but the content will be linked to Camping with Adventure with Lenny. So anything that I do, so that's that's going to happen. The only thing that does not get uploaded is all the shorts that I'm planning to do. If I do a short, it's just going to stay in the world of Instagram and YouTube. But everything that's I consider for long format, more than 5-10 minutes, it'll be considered as a full video, a full episode. This means it gets uploaded to YouTube and to the podcasting world, for that to go on, right? And yeah, so that's happening with that one. So I got new logos, new everything. Um, the the companies that I'm affiliated with, like Icebreaker, Cotopaxi, Revo, and Spy Optics, they're going to be more prominent to the videos itself, because those four companies, they're great companies. They're very self-aware of what they can and cannot do and what they're impacting the environment. So that's why I kind of want to make sure that they get their dues and spread their awareness of those companies that do use Cotopaxi and Icebreaker and my day-to-day stuff. For Revo and Optics, not really, but I do have some. I'm planning to get some more stuff from them. I'm going to buy my own money, of course, just to test it out and all that stuff, because I do wear prescription glasses, so they do offer prescription frames in their lineup. So I'm going to check them out and see how they feel, how they look. Yeah. What else? Yeah. So I'm going back doing logs again. Starting today, of course, and going back today again. So again, this was just a little busy. Future plans. I'm already planning. I have 2 trips going. That's already planned. Well, one trip's officially planned. It's closer to the end of the year. We're off to the Bahamas, my wifey and I, and I have another trip that at the end of summer I went to a wedding. I'm not gonna tell you where it is yet, but I'm off to for a wedding for a weekend. that's going to be more logistic issue than anything else because I have to coordinate with family members and schedule my side and all that good stuff. So as soon as that's sorted out, then it's going to be easier for me to just go hop a plane, head to the wedding, and back. So yeah. And what else? What else has been going on here? Yeah, no, but again, it's been so boring, so I never going to do anything at all. But I am off downtown tomorrow for a meeting, but I'm probably going to be doing as much as I can today and Friday so I can catch up and I don't have to rush back and forth downtown tomorrow and just spend time downtown and spend time with my dad and just chill there for a bit before I head back to home. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. I've been commuting to different cities for the past week as well too because of work. So I've been driving a lot, like a lot lately, and it's just going to point. It's just very exhausting, and I try not to do it too often. Right. Speaking of driving, typically every summer, not typically, but every summer, the wife and I, we pack the car to make sure we have our camping seats, a table, and an umbrella. So when we go to the park where I am now, for example, we have, if there's no picnic table available, we can bring our own camping chairs and portable table, camping table, for us to just to use, because the parks around where we are, they're very popular parks in the area we live in. So it gets used a lot, especially during the summer. During the week, it's actually pretty nice. Right now, the school hasn't finished it yet, so the place is pretty empty. But as soon as school is done for the summer, for the winter, beginning of the summer, the parks do get incredibly busy from in the morning all the way to night. It's just family just just enjoying their time outside. So that's when having your own camping table and camping chairs with you is great. What we've done in the past, actually during the pandemic, we started doing that because for example, if you want, like we tried this actually at the beginning, but just at the end, until end of the pandemic, the wife and I took our chairs and our table, put it in the trunk. We went to one of the shops here who actually sells street hot dogs. We ended up going there and we opened our tailgate, set up our table, and just sat there. And people started noticing what we were doing, and we were like, "Oh, that's a great idea." So a few days next weekend, we saw people doing the same thing in the same area, in the same parking lot, having a hot dog and just opening their trunk and grabbing their chairs and table or whatnot, and just hanging out and just enjoying the sunshine, especially if it was still partial lockdown, so everyone's just enjoying the time outside, and that's what we normally do, and especially during the busy time, it's easy for us just to go to the park, find a tree that's shaded, set up our stuff, have lunch, chill for a bit, and continue our day. So it's a very cool thing to do. So I got to do that this weekend because her and I have a itch of just going to the park and just putting our feet up and all that good stuff. And the good thing about doing that too is if we're done, we can just pack our stuff and go for a walk after that around the park or around the neighborhood. So it just works out really well. So yeah, So it's sure. Well, I got to pack now. I should need to head back to the home office and finish my day. But it's been a good day so far. And by the way, that banging thing I was telling you about earlier that you can actually still hear, he's here almost every day, relaxing, putting his feet up and just playing. And the life of retirement suits him very well. And I can't wait to retire so I can just do that. So, but yeah. So I think that's it. So we'll chat again later.